A monk there was, one of the finest sort, who rode the country, hunting was his sport. A manly man, to be an abbot able, many a dainty horse he had in stable. His bridle when he rode, a man might hear, jingling in a whistling wind as clear, ay, and as loud as does the chapel bell, where my lord monk was prior of his cell. The rule of good Saint Bennet or Saint Maur, as old and strict, he tended to ignore. He let go by the things of yesterday and took the modern world's more spacious way. He did not rate that text at a plucked hen, which says that hunters are not holy men, and that monk uncloistered is a mere fish out of water flapping on the pier. That is to say, a monk out of his cloister. That was a text he held not worth an oyster, and I agreed and said his views were sound. Was he to study till his head went round, poring over books in cloisters? Must he toil, as Austin bade, till the very soil? Was he to leave the world upon the shelf? Let Austin have his labor to himself. The monk, therefore, was a good man to horse. Greyhounds he had, as swift as birds to course, hunting a hare or riding at a fence was all his fun. He spared no expense. I saw his sleeves were garnished at the hand with fine gray fur, in the finest in the land, and on his hood to fasten at his chin he had a wrought gold cunningly fashioned pin. Into a lover's knot it seemed to pass. His head was bald and shone like looking glass. So did his face, as if it had been greased. He was a fat and personable priest. His prominent eyeballs never seemed to settle. They glittered like the flames beneath a kettle. Supple his boots, his horse in fine condition, he was a prelate fit for exhibition. He was not pale like a tormented soul. He liked a fat swan best and roasted whole. His palfrey was as brown as is a berry.